Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and yes, this is the new series that I was talking about, if you're interested what that is. Today we are looking at not a NECA figure, not a McFarlane figure, nothing like that. Today we are looking at a Bandai figure, more specifically from their Anime Heroes line, more specifically from One Piece, more specifically than that, Monkey D. Luffy, the Dressrosa variant. This one right here that I found at Meyer. Shoutouts to anybody watching from Michigan who knows all about Meyer. So if you're wondering what these are, I did look into this. These are a 6.5-inch scale. So if you wanted to have them with some of the McFarlane DC figures, I think that might work pretty well. If you want to have them with the Marvel Select figures, some of the smaller ones, I think that scale might work as well, because I know that Luffy's not a super tall guy. However, they're if you're interested in comparing them with like a NECA figure or something like that, I think they might work, but they might also be too big. I'm not entirely sure. But if you want to know more about like how big these actually are, well, let's find out together. So from the bottom of the sandal, the top of his kind of spiky hair looks like he's about 6.25 inches, give or take, or that translates to about, let's say, about just over 16 centimeters. Now, in terms of how accurate this guy is to the source material, well, let me go get somebody who knows a lot more about this than I do.
Okay, so in terms of accuracy to how Luffy looks in the Dressrosa arc, obviously the shirt looks good, the waistband, everything looks good. I know that towards the end of the arc, he does fight Doflamingo, and that's a very serious fight. So the face is very much, there we go. It's accurate. It's very serious. He's not happy by any means. So while I do enjoy more of Luffy's smiling face, because he's a jokester, this face I believe is accurate. Obviously, we've got the hat on the back, the iconic straw hat, and the X scar on his chest from an earlier arc. Yeah, so I would say that in terms of aesthetic and how it looks, it is very accurate to the Dressrosa arc.
That is very good to know. All right, now, in terms of articulation, I didn't know a whole lot about these things going into this, but yeah, this is my first Bandai figure, for the record. So if you collect Bandai, like SH Figure Arts and stuff like that, you might already know what these are about, but if you're not sure, like me, let's find out together. So there is some movement. There's a ball peg at the top of the neck there, as well as at the base of the neck. There's a connection point there. So if you use all of that, he can look up a pretty good amount. He can look down pretty good amount as well, and you do get some rotation, some attitude, and some like that. So if you want him to impersonate a bobblehead, you could definitely do that. As far as the arms, they can go out a decent amount upward like that, so that's pretty cool. And these also have drop-down hinges, which is interesting to me. So if you want him to look like his arm is disconnected from his body, you can definitely do that. It does help with some of the posing. Like if you want his arm to be like higher up than that, you can definitely utilize that. But if not, that's all good. It's there. Nonetheless, just be careful with that because you don't want it to look too weird probably. In terms of the rotation, you get that. You do get a bicep swivel right there where the sleeve ends. You also get a double jointed elbow, which looks a little weird, but not too bad. It is definitely effective. And then you do get a ball hinge for the wrists there, and you get rotation because they can be removed. And then as far as the torso, there's no diaphragm joint there, but you do get one at the base here, so he can go back a decent amount, and he can go forward basically none at all. But I feel like that is, a little, it might be a problem for some, but I feel like, for a simple figure, this is only a $25 figure, and I think for Bandai, like at a $25 price point, being mass-produced, I think this is okay. As far as the legs go, they can go out that far, so I think that's pretty good. You do also get a drop-down with these as well, and it doesn't really affect how far they go out all that much. But in terms of like going forward and backward, if you don't use the diaphragm, or not the diaphragm, oh my goodness, he's got a diaphragm in his legs. No, if you don't use the drop downs, he can go like that. If you do use the drop downs, you get a little bit more range. So I think that that's pretty good. Definitely worth noting that. And then, oh yeah, I forgot, but he does also have some rotation up here. As far as the thigh swivel goes, you do get one. So if you care about the thigh swivel, you get one up there. And you also get a swivel down here where the shorts end. And you do theoretically get a double jointed knee, but that's about as much range you get just because of the sculpt with that. And then you do get a ball hinge down here for the ankles, so they can go back a good amount, they can go forward a good amount. You do get some pivoting side to side, and yeah, that's about it. And then as far as accessories go, this isn't like SH Figure Arts where there's a ton of stuff. With this one, you just get some interchangeable hands. So he does have 2 fists. He also has 2 gripping hands there, so he can grab onto some food or something like that if he had any. And he also has 2 open hands there. So that's about all that you get with that. And then as far as the box goes, I do think the boxes are kind of nice. You got the Bandai and a whole bunch of warnings and stuff like that up there. You get that. And then I guess like with all the anime hero lines, depending upon which series this is one piece, so it has this like light blue detail there on the side. But I guess like with a different line, they have like a different color there. So there's a picture of Luffy, a description of him a little bit. So you got that. I'm not entirely sure what that says. If any of you know, you can let me know in the comments for sure. Here's a little preview of some of the other figures available. And then a whole bunch of information. This definitely gives me some Spin Master vibes here with all the information right there, even though it's not as much. Yeah, you got that. And on the bottom, you got even more stuff. There we go. That's more Spin Master-like. But yeah, and then on the inside, you just get a little bit of color there with like a white like explosion with like some light blue around it. So yeah, that is about it. Now, in terms of is this guy worth the $25 price point, I would say that it being definitely accurate enough, and it's only a $25 figure, so I think that this is good and definitely seems accurate enough. And yeah, so if you are interested in collecting these, I would recommend it. But let me know what you think. So if you enjoyed this video, you agree with me or whatever it might be, you can definitely leave a like. You can let me know in the comments what you think of. Do you think this is accurate? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you interested in picking these up, or maybe not so much? Whatever it might be. If you want to subscribe, you definitely can. Stay tuned for more reviews of the anime One Piece stuff and other things yet to come. But other than all of that, I do hope you enjoyed. I do hope that I'll see you all later. Goodbye.